Let's go. Day one journey, episode 1095. Today I want to share with you the 20 minutes of growth that I did every single day for the past 6 days. Tomorrow is the seventh day of the 20-20-20 formula taken from the 5 a.m. Club, which is a book that I read. He actually has a full course about it. I didn't do it, but I implemented the 20-20-20 formula every single day for the past 6 days, and the last 20 minutes is growth. And he suggests, when he says growth, he suggests to either read books, consume audiobooks, listen to podcasts, study online, or review goals. This is what he suggests. So first I'll show you what I did for the past 6 days. Then I'll show you what I think about it. So growth or learning, maybe, yeah. I think the main thing that he suggests, well, when he suggests review goals under growth, well, I'm not sure it's growth, but it's probably the thing that I wanted to do and I didn't do. Yes, if that makes any sense. Because I want to visit my own goals and I don't visit them enough, and I don't have the clarity that I want with my goals, so it's a bit personal to me with this. But I didn't do it. I don't necessarily think this is growth, reviewing my goals. I think it's more has to do with the 20 minutes before that, which is reflect, in which I'm doing my writing, my journaling, and my meditation. So, for the last 6 days, the last 20 days of the routine, first I started listening to podcasts. I admit I didn't plan, which is, I think, a big mistake, not to plan what to learn, where to grow in. So when I woke up, I sort of opened Google Podcasts, and I want to listen to Tim Ferriss' morning routine, so I sort of searched Tim Ferriss' morning routine. I found an episode where he talks about some of his morning routines, but actually it was just a Q&A. So he talked about that, then he talks about breathing, then I started getting interested about the breathing, then I actually downloaded 2 books after that. So I kept listening to both of the books a little bit throughout this day or the day after. And then in the morning, I think the second day, I listened to Wim Hof audiobook, one of his audiobooks, which was interesting. I'm not sure I actually learned something new, because I knew Wim Hof method before and I actually did for 10 weeks. Well, as much as I could, because I'm in Thailand. I don't have icy lakes here, and I can go out to the snow here in Thailand. So the second day, I think I was listening to Wim Hof audiobook. Well, I didn't finish it. Maybe I listened to some of it on the next day during the 20 minutes. I'm not sure. Then I started listening. It was one day I listened to a podcast about storytelling. Well, storytelling, I think, was the title of the old podcast. And the specific chapter that I chose was about copywriting. So I listened to 3 tips about copywriting, which was interesting. It is something that I want to get better at, especially storytelling. having this channel, having my other channel, Knowledge versus Power, and just becoming a better communicator. I do want to do that. On the last day, today, so maybe I listen to another podcast another day. And today I listened to my own quotes app. I have an app in which I have lists of quotes that I read to myself, so I can listen to myself reading these quotes. And I do it sometimes with 3 languages: English, Italian, and Hebrew. So I can sort of visit a little bit the Italian language, which I learned a few years ago, and connect to different ways of communicating the same message. Because different languages have different ways to express ideas. So it's not just about translating each word, it's about translating ideas, and sometimes we actually need to adjust the idea to the language. So this is interesting and something that I want to practice. Also, I want to learn these quotes by heart, so that's another reason why I created this app, which, by the way, I created around 2014, 7 years ago. By the way, it's not uploaded to Google Play or something, just something that I use. So this is what I did for the past 6 days. Tomorrow, probably I do the quotes again. It's pretty nice today. So what do I think about that? 20 minutes of growth every morning. My friend called that personal development, which is maybe broader than just growth for 20 minutes, or just, I guess I didn't like the advice of, listen to podcasts when you wake up. I think there's too much. I know it's a bit, I don't know. But I tried. So if I didn't like the idea, but I tried. So I do find it enjoyable. I'm not sure it's specific enough, or maybe it's a good enough advice to. I don't think it's specific enough. For me, growing is not just learning and consuming information. It's about practicing something. And I think the first hour of the day, we're so fresh, we can actually do something and, yes, sort of grow. And I think it's much more than just consuming something. But yeah, it's only my opinion, and maybe just a feeling or a little bit of the frustration I have from actually reading the book, The 5 a.m. Club, which was, I don't know, maybe I'm a bit sorry. Maybe I'm a bit judgmental about this book. Maybe maybe I'm not that objective. But it feels to me, I don't know, like ticking the books. Okay, 20 minutes, growth. I listened to an audiobook today, 20 minutes, I grew. I find it hard to actually get it. I listened to an audiobook 20 minutes today, it's growth. I don't know. Of course, it's better than listening to many other things. It is amazing to read books. I'm maybe an avid reader even. I don't know. But I don't know, for me, growing is practicing. It's actually getting exercises that you actually know. Like, for example, what I would want to do, I learned some practices about mastering my voice, controlling my tonality and the way that I express, making my voice a bit more resonant. There's this technique. Ooh, ooh. I know it looks very silly, but it sort of helps you to feel the vibrations that you can actually create with your own voice. And I actually create a short session that I can practice these things. I call this growth. Yes. Also learning things that I did with the quotes. I do see that as growth. But I don't know. I think practicing something is something that I would want to focus on in this part of the day. I did experiment with audiobooks, with podcasts, which is some of the things that Robin Sharma recommended. It was very comfortable, just, walking, listening to someone. I don't think this is the time when you actually get better. I think you actually get better when you practice. Whether you need to sweat, you need to put some effort in. For me, listening to podcasts, audiobooks, it's a bit, I don't know, too comfortable to actually get better. Again, I'm not saying audiobooks are bad. They are actually amazing. But it's what you do with them that really counts. At least in my opinion. So this is what I wanted to share. Tomorrow I'll share with you maybe the summary of the 5 a.m. club routine. Maybe the next routine that I'll start to figure out what's best for me. And that's it. Have a good day. Day 1. See you tomorrow.